everyone, welcome to November's pickups, and what I've got is a couple of items that I've got off eBay for my new collections, my new alternative software collections, and the main bulk of it is actually it's a prize that I won. This was from the 24-hour charity stream, the Turnberry Titans, organised by Gordon Gibb 84, and yeah, it took place the other week, and several YouTubers, Gordon himself, several other YouTubers, as you already know, took part in the charity stream, and they did raffle off some prizes. Now the thing is, I didn't actually know I'd won this item, and it was really weird because Gordon messaged me and said, "Is this still your address?" And I says, "It is, mate, yes." I thought you were going to send something for Secret Santa. I thought I'm going to expect something Die Hard related or something like that. And he mentioned that he was sending the winnings over, and I'm like, "What winnings?" This is from the raffle, from the charity stream. And I honestly, I was like, I didn't win out. I didn't, because the raffles I entered, at least I thought, I watched them all. And I text Gordon back and I says, "Gordon, I don't think I won anything. You might just want to check. Maybe you've got me mixed up with another Sean." But he came back and went, "No, I'm pretty sure it's you." And he even had the draw wheel, and the result of that. I can only assume that particular draw, the one particular draw that I happened to win, I went and made some tea or whatever, because I only entered the raffles when I got back from York. I didn't enter any raffles in York, because I was in York that day. I missed pretty much the day part of from the 12 o'clock midday onwards of the first day. I pretty much missed all that because I was in York. So then when I got home and I managed to put the stream on, yeah, I'm pretty sure that I watched all the draws that I entered. Now, like I said, whether I've got early Alzheimer's coming on, I don't know, but yeah, I definitely didn't see that draw. But anyway, regardless, I did win, and it's funny because it's quite ironic. I've slated this console. I've won a console. I've slated this console for years. I put it down as one of the worst consoles ever made, and as you know, I am a little bit anti-Nintendo, and I've been thinking about this, and I suppose some of you probably won't really know why I'm so against Nintendo. I'm not passionately against Nintendo, you know what I mean? I'm not that bothered, but I think where it stems from is, I'm pretty sure it may have been Sonic on the Commodore 64. Mario. Somebody converted Mario onto the Commodore 64, and I think Nintendo got wind of this, and I think basically they threw a bit of a huff, and I think they banned it from any kind of official release or anything like that. And in my opinion, that is really petty. It's Commodore 64. It's gone. We've got homebrew. They're not going to make millions of pounds on homebrew games, and I just thought it really petty that Nintendo would look down upon it like that, and rather than embrace it and say, "Wow, you know what, that's really good, well done, we'll give you this full support." But anyway, that's by the by. So what have I won? Well, I've won this Nintendo 64. This bundle, by the way, was donated to the stream by Ross Bohoho. Initially when I got it, I thought to myself, what am I going to do with this? And I thought, you know what? Let bygones be bygones. Let's give it another chance. I've always said the Nintendo has blurry graphics. I'm always winding Eddie up about that. It's more in jest than anything. But yeah, I'm not going to collect the full Nintendo 64 set. But I have decided on doing a little subset for it. And the only games I think I could really take to on the Nintendo 64 are racing games. So I reckon I'm going to go for a little cartridge only. I'm not bothered about boxes. I'm not paying silly prices for games. I believe, I'm sure they did say, because I asked in the WhatsApp group about, what's a good subset to go for. I think it was Ross actually that said one of the games is quite expensive anyway, even cartridge only. So it's about £500 boxed. I'm not paying nowhere near that for a Nintendo 64 game. But yeah, obviously it comes with all the leads, the controller, the yellow controller. It's got the little cartridge thing that goes in there. I've never known what that is for. Is it memory? It says something on there, but I can't see it. Even with my glasses, these are my older glasses. They're a bit weaker. But yeah, so I'm going to give it a chance. I've got the necessary leads. I can hook it up to my little telly there. And yeah, I'm going to collect a little racing game Nintendo subset. Also in this bundle was Super Mario Jigsaw. I reckon this raffle will fix. Let's make Sean win something that he hates. But yeah, this is the Super Mario Jigsaw puzzle. It's 500 piece. It's still taped up. I haven't opened it up. I don't know if I'll ever get to do that. I'm not, if I'm honest, I'm not massively into jigsaws. Never really have been. Yeah, but I'm going to keep hold of it because it's something I've won and it's going to go in my collection. I did get some other games, quite generic games, but they were all part of the bundle. Cool Borders 2 on the PlayStation 1 Platinum Range. I must admit, I apologise, I did get a game with this as well, 1080 snowboarding. It may have been the original Cool Borders on PS1. I did enjoy that. I did quite enjoy that. So maybe I will enjoy that 1080. I think it's snowboarding. It might be rollerblading actually. I'm not sure. I'm sure it's snowboarding or skiing. Anyway, also got Track and Field, the PlayStation 1, again on Platinum Range. Again, this is a game I've never played. I always think outdoor, because obviously Track and Field kind of games to me are button bashers, particularly from Commodore Spectrum Amstrad, when you button bashing the keyboard or wiggling the joystick. I always think how will that translate onto a joypad. I'm just taking this pretend PlayStation 1 from my USB stick thing. I suppose there is that, but they're only little. I don't know. There's probably, I don't know. I've never played a game like that, a button masher, on the PlayStation. So it might be interesting to give it a go. I do remember that game. It's quite a common game. Next is Anna Kournikova, Smash Co-op Tennis. Remember Anna Kournikova? Wow, that's going back some. Yeah, tennis game. This is a value series. Tennis games. To be honest, the only tennis game I really enjoyed was the Nintendo Wii version, the Wii Sports. Did enjoy that, quite fun. We've got Ridge Racer Type 4 for the PlayStation 1. That is the manual there. There's no front cover, but don't matter. Never played it. Well, Type 4. I've obviously played Ridge Racer. Interesting. Maybe give that a go. Here's something as well. I bet you must think. Have you actually played any games? What do you do with all these games? Because you never play any, or you've never played any. Lego series. Never played the Lego series. And here we've got PlayStation 3, Lego Batman video game. What are they like? Are they any good? I'll have to give it a go. I'll have to give one of them a go anyway, at least. Another PlayStation 3 title. Disney's Sing It. You really wouldn't want to listen to me sing. I sing all the time. I do sing all the time, in the car especially. Radio's on, I've got my music on, playing through Bluetooth. Yeah, I'm a bad singer. Lorraine goes mad because not only am I bad, but I get the words wrong. Many a time I've been singing away and she'll say, Sean, what have you just sang? I've said so-and-so, so-and-so, and she'll say, they're not even the words, but they are to me. That's what I've always sang. Yeah. And I regularly do that, regularly get it wrong. Another PS3 game, put your teeth back in. Dead Island Special Edition. I can't remember if I played Dead Island. Am I thinking of something else? Dead Island Riptide? Yeah, I played Dead Island then. Dead Island, is it a first person shooter? Can't remember if the first person or third person. But anyway, this is Dead Island Special Edition. The PlayStation 3 zombie game. I reckon this would be my cup of tea. And again, it's one I've never played. Army of Two. I do believe this is a first person shooter. Again, I've never played it. We're going back down. We're going older, down to PS2. Well, this would be my cup of tea. Weirdly, at one time I was really into football. I used to follow Scarborough Football Club. And then, things change. And then I just stayed away from football. I just took no interest in it. But I must admit, I do like football management games. And don't think I've ever played this one. I don't think I've played any football manager game on PS2. I have played them on PS1 though. LMA manager maybe. I can't remember, but I'm pretty certain I have on PS1. I used to play loads on Amiga football management games because there were loads on PD, which is public domain software, and one of the best management games was on the Amiga through PD software. I can't remember what it was called or anything like that, because these are basically bedroom coded games. PD software were never officially released. Kind of hard to explain. Public domain. There was a company in Wakefield, 17-bit software, and they just distribute. They went on to become Team 17, by the way, or collaborated, I believe. But yeah, they basically just sold the disc. They copied them in I can remember the office where they were. There were a counter where you went in. There were a counter where obviously you paid, and there were lists of all these PD software, games, utilities, demos, anything. And behind were just rows upon rows of Amigas, just copying these pieces of software onto disk to be sold. There was no copyright to those programs. I think that's what it was. They were freely distributable. So, that's why they could do it. That's why they could sell them. But yeah, that management game, it was the best I've ever. Me and my mate absolutely sunk hours into days, months probably. Yeah, it was really good. It wasn't too in depth. It was, it didn't get too complicated, but it was just the right balance. It wasn't too easy that you were just sailing up the leagues. It was quite challenging, but it was doable. I enjoyed it. Next, we've got a couple of 360 games: Need for Speed, Shift. I played a couple of Need for Speeds. I don't know if I've played that. I can't tell you. Pictionary, based on the board game. Don't know how well that translates because it says you draw, so I think really you need that pen if that's what it is. And then a Connect game party in motion. Little things like, I suppose, like squash, noughts and crosses, archery maybe, things like that. Little party games. So that was it for the bundle. Absolutely brilliant bundle. So I'm really pleased to have that. It's like I said, the old Nintendo 64. Bless it. I have given it some stick over years. I still do think the controllers are the worst ever. I'm not going to change that opinion. But yeah, let's get another chance. Let's get it hooked up. Let's get a couple of driving games for it, and we'll see how we go. Get a little subset going. Speaking of subsets, we're moving on to eBay purchases. I've only got 3 alternative software, all 3 of them. We've got one Spectrum title. This was dirt cheap. I think it was about £3 posted. Olympic Spectacular. It's one of the most common titles that you can pick up on alternative software. It's one of those. It's a button basher from the early days. Graphics are pretty basic, as you would expect from an 8-bit game. The next 2 are Amstrad games. The first one, well, both of them, as far as I know, they're pretty common for all systems, really. Saying that, well, anyway, the first one is Dead or Alive. I do believe this one is across all 3 systems on alternative: Spectrum, Commodore, Amstrad. This is the Amstrad version. The screenshots there, I'm not sure which system they're from. It could be Amstrad. They look more Spectrum-like to me, but bear in mind that a lot of Amstrad games are just ports from Spectrum. So it's possible. Dead or Alive, it's like a cowboy western shoot 'em up, single screen, I believe. You got your cowboy and enemies come onto screen. You basically run around shooting them. This next one, actually, I did say it was readily available. It's not as common on the Commodore 64. I'm not saying it's completely rare. I'm not saying it's hard to get hold of, but it's not one of the more common titles, and that is Splat. But this just popped up in my eBay saved searches pretty much straight away, and it was cheap. I think it was about $5.99, something like that, posted. And I thought, for that price, I'll get hold of it. The front cover looks really good. It's the same on the Commodore. I think it'll be the same on Spectrum, but nice artwork. And then you look at the game, and that is bland. That is really bland. So again, that does look like a Spectrum screenshot, but it could be pretty much similar for all 3 systems, even the Commodore. Because I think it's more of a puzzle game by the looks of it. I don't really know, if I'm honest. But yeah, a couple of additions to the to the alternative subsets on those systems. And that is it. That is it. We're storming through November, aren't we? We're halfway through. 38 days left until Christmas at the time of recording this. So we're not too far away now from old Christmas Day. Some of you lot, probably all of you lot, lucky enough to have that day off. I'm working it 12 hours, 6:30 till 6:30. Bloody lovely. It is what it is. Can't help how rotor falls. And you know, that is the nature of this job. But anyway, thank you for watching. Hope a bit of that was of interest. It'd be interesting to see some comments on me getting a bit of the old love for the N64. Anyway, thank you for watching, and until next time, see you later.